iced coffee in my wine glass because it's insulated. It has a little cactus on it. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing the Drugstore makeup tag. The first video of these I saw was Andrea Montiliano. I saw her do it, and then I saw Jessica Braun do it, and they are two of my favorite beauty YouTubers that I'm subscribed here. It is a little overexposed going on right here. Hopefully when I move the lighting won't be so aggressive, because that's what happens. Also, there's some background noise because people are just, you know, yelling in the street. I turned my fan off for this so that I could get rid of that background noise, and then there's just outdoor background noise. So the other thing I will hopefully have pretty soon is a microphone so that the audio quality is much better, but I'm working on it and I appreciate you for sticking around with me. So I'm gonna try to keep this short because it's really hot without my fan, but I just don't want to cause as much sound issue as there is. So I actually did these, the other night. So the first question is, if you could only use one affordable / drugstore makeup brand, what would it be? So I thought about this a lot because I was going through my collection, and my answer would be Makeup Revolution. Now, that being said, they don't even, like, some of the things with when it comes to Makeup Revolution, they don't make all of my favorite products. Like, they don't make my favorite foundation, they don't make my favorite powders or palette or stuff like that. But that being said, they have such a large range of products, and all of their, not all of them, but a good majority of their products are pretty good. So I would trust them if I had to only use one brand to use Makeup Revolution, because I know there would be something in every single category that I could find that I would absolutely love. So the next question is, what's the most underrated, affordable, or drugstore brand? I chose Sonia Kashuk brushes. So Sonia Kashuk is used to be a makeup brand, now they only really sell brushes, but their brushes are incredible. You can get them at Target. I love every Sonia Kashuk brush I have tried, and I would switch my entire brush collection to just be Sonia Kashuk brushes. What's the most overrated? There's a lot of overrated brands, but the one I have to say is Wet n Wild. I have not tried a product from Wet n Wild that I thought was absolutely incredible. Usually they're okay at best, and these are products that people are raving about. So I'm kind of wondering what they're raving about, but there's nothing like specifically great that I found from Wet n Wild. The next question is, what's your favorite drugstore item under $5? The Essence Lash Princess Mascara. This is $4.99, so right under $5. I have a lot of other drugstore products that are around this range, but that's the only one under $5 that I actually own. What's a hidden gem from the drugstore that no one talks about? The Colourpop Ultra Glossy Lips. Now, Colourpop is one of the most talked about affordable makeup brands out there, and a lot of people are saying that that is one of the most overrated brands, which I can agree with for the eyeshadow part. But nobody talks about the Colourpop glosses. They're really good. I'm wearing one right now. I absolutely love them. They don't feel sticky, they don't feel chunky if there's glitter in them. I enjoy them, and they're like $6, six bucks I think. So great, great, great. What's your favorite drugstore foundation? Is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Freshwear foundation. This is my favorite. I'm really enjoying the Colourpop Pretty Fresh right now, so that being said, but the L'Oreal has sunscreen in it, which is a huge plus for me. I feel like it is great looking coverage. It's comfortable, it doesn't feel heavy. I have not worn it for 24 hours. I've worn it for like 16 though, and it stays on pretty well. You know, when it's on, it's on. So one day maybe I'll test the 24-hour claim, but as of right now, I have not. What product do you tend to buy at the drugstore over high-end? Liquid liner. There's a lot of products that I tend to buy at the drugstore versus high-end. A lot pretty much minus face products. I tend to buy like my bronzers, blushes, and highlighters. I tend to buy those high-end. That being said, a lot of the other categories I have purchased in the past year or year and a half. I've purchased high-end versions of, except for eyeliners. I think the only liquid liner that I bought that was high-end was like 4 years ago. I bought the Kat Von D, the tattoo liner, which was super popular at the time. Now I don't support that brand. It's one of the brands that I kind of like blacklisted for myself, personal reasons. You can support whatever brand you want. That's just what I believe. But the NYX Epic Ink Liner was a dupe for it, and I loved that for a very long time until it started leaking on me, and then it got on my dang nerves. What drugstore brand do you think is overpriced? Nobody said this in the videos that I've seen, but Pixi. I can't believe nobody said Pixi. Pixi products I would love to try, but they're like $16 for a lip gloss. $14 to $16. How is that a drugstore price range? Like, that is almost high-end. The Glow Tonic is $15 for the small size, and then $30 for the large size. I don't know how they're considered a drugstore brand, but their palettes are over $20, every single one of them. I would love to try more of their stuff, but it's just like, if I'm spending that much money and the packaging isn't even very good, and I don't know if it's gonna be good or not, and also Pixi is not sold, or Pixi is now sold at Ulta, but I think it's like a limited range of products, so any of the makeup-y products I would have wanted to try are not even available at Ulta, so I would have to get them at Target, and then I don't get my beauty points, and then it becomes a whole thing. I have a hard time buying from brands that don't sell at Ulta or Sephora for that specific reason. What's your favorite drugstore dupe? My favorite drugstore dupe is the e.l.f. Jelly Pop primer, face primer. It's a dupe for the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer, but I think it's even better. The Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer I had a sample of. I loved. The minute I tried the Jelly Pop primer, it was better. It did the exact same thing, but it was better. It is like a tacky primer that adheres, that helps makeup adhere to your face, and I feel like it's great. It has a slight scent, so that's the downside of it, but it's like, I think it's a little bit more expensive of an e.l.f. product. I think it's about 10 bucks, but compared to like a $30 Milk Makeup primer, I think it's even better. What's the best drugstore eyeshadow formula? That would have to be, I have a few, okay, so, but I haven't tested out fully. I think the Profusion palettes are all pretty good. I have one. Oh good, my thing's gonna die before I'm done. This discontinued palette is the Maybelline Soda Pop palette, but Maybelline palettes are pretty hit and miss, but this one is really good. I'm wearing the e.l.f. Freshwear Paradise palette today, that's good, but I think the best is the Makeup Revolution Emily Noel collab, the Once palette. That one is hands down. It is so user-friendly. I think a beginner could use it and not have any struggles whatsoever, and there are so many color combinations that you can do because the palette is large. It's fantastic. I'm gonna plug in my camera. What's the worst eyeshadow formula, drugstore eyeshadow formula? Now, your like Maybellines, your L'Oreals, those palettes, I've heard are pretty bad. I've not tried them, so I can't say if that's the worst, and I feel like if I said that, that would be cheating, because I haven't used one of those eyeshadows in years. Like, I haven't used a L'Oreal eyeshadow in like 5 years, so I would not know. But the one that I've tried is, this is surprising, the Colourpop Pressed Glitters. I'm not a fan of the Colourpop pressed eyeshadow formula, like, at all. Everybody seems to love it. It just doesn't work for me. Maybe it was the situation where, like, when I first had the Anastasia Jackie Aina palette, that didn't work for me either. But then I was like, I need to learn how to use it. e.l.f. has some of the pressed glitters I touched on a little bit in my Retro Paradise video and review. I use this today. They apply really well with the fingers, so absolutely great. You just need to know how to use them. But Colourpop ones, terrible. Drugstore brand used to love but are now not crazy about. So there's a couple, but the thing I have to put down is Morphe. I no longer support Morphe as a brand. I have not bought something from Morphe in like 2 years. I was gifted a palette, but you know, their products aren't even that good. That's the thing. People like to pretend that they're really good products because a lot of beauty influencers have affiliate codes and they get some money off of it, but the brand's not that good in these times. And I know that there's several other brands that do this, and I'm sure there's several other brands that I use that aren't the best example, but the fact of the matter is they don't support Black creators really at all. Like if you go through their stuff, they have not included them in any collabs. They've never, as far as I know, never have collabed with a Black person at all. They've collabed with a few people of color who have been exposed for racism. So they keep collabing with like the wrong people, and they clearly have shown that they're really only in it for the money. If it was a different brand, I saw that they have like a Coca-Cola collection, which I think would be, you know, it's kind of cute, and I like when they do like collabs like that, but it's absolutely not. I don't buy anything from Morphe. Again, it's my thing. If you want to support those brands, I don't think you're a terrible person, so don't like get weird about it. That's just me. Would y'all cut it out? These people get need for speed out here. Drugstore product you didn't expect to like but totally wowed you. The Colourpop BFF Mascara. This does not have great reviews, and it's certainly not the most volumizing mascara I've ever seen, but it's like a more natural looking look. I also use it in the Freshwear Paradise, that video, which will be linked below. I love it. I just love it. It looks nice, and I don't know what else to say other than it looks nice. Fave affordable eyeshadow palette right now. So I like the Maybelline one that I showed, but it's discontinued. But my favorite palette right now, and this is basic for you, is the Profusion basic palette. I don't know if it's still available. Profusion is no longer sold at Target, and this is like a boring, I wouldn't have thought I would wear this. I didn't wear it for the longest time, but when I had to do like some sort of audition or something like that, I want something neutral, and that goes and does, like, it's so easy to use and it has everything I need. If you like these types of videos, subscribe, because I would love to have you come back for more videos. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Do you feel the same way I do about these brands? Do you feel differently? Is a brand that I love a brand that you hate? Is a brand that I hate one that you love? Oh. You know, when I try to do this and I don't have a script, it's really hard. It's the hardest thing about these videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.